So in this session we will talk about meeting point problems. So what are meeting point problems? Suppose there are two objects, they meet at certain distance from some reference point and at certain time. So we have to know what is that distance and what is that time at which they meet. So these types of problems are common in the case of the problems of uniform velocity. So we will do this. So let me have this scenario. Suppose there is one dimensional number line and there is the origin here, and let's say an object is coming from the left side to the right with a velocity v bar, and let's say at when it comes here, let's say at a distance x0 from the origin, the observer started his clock, that is t equal to 0 here. But remember, the origin is here, the origin of the position axis. Let's say it moves for time t seconds. So let's say this is t dash. So this is t dash is equal to t. Then this distance will be v times t, because speed into time is distance. So now I can write this x, the position at a time t, as x0 plus vt. Now to generalize this, I will put a dash on the top of the letters to give it, to make it general vector equation. So this is the equation. Now consider the scenario like this. Suppose I have two objects. Let's say again these two objects are coming with uniform velocities, their individual velocities. Let's say v1 bar and v2 bar, like that. And let's say one object comes here at this position x0 and the observer starts his clock. That is, this is origin, and let's say t equal to 0. So let's say there is this red object. So there is this red object which is at t equal to 0 at distance x0 from the origin, and let's say there is another object, let me put a green here, which comes at origin at the same instant, that is at t equal to 0. Now these two will move. So let's say the velocity of the red one is v1. The velocity of red particle is v1 and the velocity of the green particle is v2. So this is velocity, so it will be a vector quantity. So now if v2 bar modulus is greater than v1 bar modulus, these two objects will meet at a certain point, and after that this object, the green object, will overtake the red object. If v2 bar is less than v1 bar, then these two objects will never meet, because v1 bar is already bigger than v2 bar. So to catch, it is impossible for the green object to catch with that uniform velocity. Now let me represent these scenarios graphically. Suppose I have this position and time graph like this. When the observer, this is the origin here, and when the observer starts his clock at t equal to 0, the red object was at a distance x0 and it moved with the velocity v1. Let's say it moved like this. So position time graph, we know, is linear straight line like this for the uniform motion. Now for the green one, I will choose the green color, and at time t equal to 0, the green object was at origin, so at this position, and at time t equal to 0. But the red object was at some position, let's say this is x0, at time t equal to 0. Now this velocity of v2 magnitude is greater than the velocity v1 bar magnitude. So its slope will be more, and hence it will be like this. somewhat like this. And this is the point of interest, this point, because these two graphs intersect at this point, and we know if these two graphs intersects at this point, then at this point we get the solution, that is x and t, which are common to both of these. That is, the time is common over here for both of these trajectories, and also the position. That is, at this point the two objects will meet. This is the meeting time t0, and let's say this is x0 is already chosen, so let's say this is x dash. So at this point they will meet at this time t0. Now this is the case when v2 is greater than v1, that is, the magnitude of the velocity v2 is greater than v1. What if v2 is smaller than v1? Then the object will never catch. So the scenario would look something like this. This is the position axis and this is the time axis. And let me again change the colors over here. So let's say this is green. So at time t equal to 0, so this is origin. So at t equal to 0, the position was 0 and it moved like this, suppose. It moved like this, and with the slope of this will be v2, because it is the second object that we are talking about. And for the red one, that is the first one, at t equal to 0, it was at x0, and now it will move something like this, because v1 is greater than v2, the slope of this trajectory or graph will be greater than v2, so it will move like this. So these are diverging, these two will never intersect. That means there is no solution to this, and hence this is the diverging, so they will never meet. Now let's do the problems based on this concept. Two cyclists are cycling with speed 40 meter per second and 20 meter per second respectively in same direction. Find how far the first cyclist will be from the second one after 2 minutes. So in such problems, it is necessary first to choose the reference point, that is the origin, and that is the crucial thing. The next thing is just solving the equations. Suppose there is this number line like this and two cyclists are cycling in the same direction. Yes, so they are coming from this, and let's say they are here, they meet here, that is because they have asked by how much difference, what is the difference of the position of the cyclist, these two cyclists, after 2 minutes. So let's say this is our origin and the two cyclists were here at this point when t is equal to 0. Now they will separate. So let's say the first cyclist is with the speed v1 to be 40 meter per second. So I can write the equation again. For the first cyclist, let's say this is x1. This will be x01, that is the initial position of the first cyclist, plus v1t. Now this is one-dimensional motion and I am not writing the vector sign over here. For the second cyclist, I will again write something like this, because this formula is universal. Now our origin will be the same, because the two cyclists, let's say A1 and 2, are here only at that instant, that is t equal to 0. And then they will be separated from each other. So x01 and x02, that is the initial position of the cyclist, is same. So this is 0. So this becomes x1 to be v1t and x2 is v2t. Now we have to know how far the cyclist. So the difference between these two. since x1 is bigger, we will subtract x2 from x1. Sorry, this is x2. That will be v1 minus v2 times t. Now you got the understanding that let's say x2 is here and x1 will be somewhere here, because the velocity is greater for the first one. So x1 minus x2 is v1 minus v2. v1 minus v2 is 40 meter per second minus 20 meter per second times 2 minutes. So this will be 2 into 60, because 1 minute is 60 seconds. So this is, so seconds gets cancelled. This is 20 into 2 into 60. This becomes 36. No, this is 24. 2400. So this much meter is the separation, or you can say 2.4 kilometer, because 1000 meter is 1 kilometer. A train of length 300 meter is running on a track with a speed 60 meter per second, and another train of length 400 meter is running with 80 meter per second on a parallel track in opposite direction. Calculate the time in which the two trains completely cross each other. Now this problem again is crucial, because it will test our understanding of this concept. So let me draw the first train whose length is 300 meter. Let me draw a little bit here. Let's say this is 300 meter, this train, and there is another train which is 400 meter and coming in opposite direction. So if this is moving like this, the train is coming like this in opposite direction. But now we are interested in how much time it will take to completely cross each other. So when we will start our time, when the head of this train, that is the engine of this train, will meet this engine, then we will start the time, because that's when you have to start time to know when they will cross each other. So let me draw the train over here like this. This is the head of the train and this is the tail, which is 400 meter again. Now what will be our origin? So let's say this is our origin, 0. Let me draw little bit off. So let's say this is the origin. Now when the head of this 400 meter train, when the tail of this 400 meter train meets the tail of this 300 meter train, then we should stop our measurement, because that's the time when the two train will completely cross each other. So these 2 points, the tails of these two trains should meet. So time t equal to 0 was when we started the clock, when the two heads were just meeting. So yeah. So when this point, that is the tail, this point, let me draw with the red color marker over here. So this red point, when it will meet this green point, then we will stop our time measurement, and time measurement will be started when these two heads are just meeting. So let's again write the equation. Let me draw first for the red one. So for red one I will draw with the red ink. So x is equal to x0 plus vt. So this is for red one. So x0 now is 0, because the initial position, that is not initial position, but the observer started his clock when this was the position of the red one, that is t equal to 0. So x0 will be 0, so this becomes x is equal to vt. Now you will say the observer indeed started his clock when these two heads are meeting, that is t equal to 0. That is same as saying that this tail is at the origin. So now we have got the equation for the red one. For green one, let me write the equation. Let's say, what will be the equation? X again will be equal to, now x0 is this distance. X0 is 700 meter, because that is its initial, that is the point where this green color is at time t equal to 0. Now the velocity is in opposite direction, so I will write minus vt. Remember, this is a vector, and so this will be minus vt. But I am not writing the vector signs over here. So this becomes x is equal to 700 minus the opposite train is with moving with the 80 meter per second. So this is 80 into t. Now we have to calculate this t, because this time will be the one when they will completely cross each other, and these positions should be equal, because when this green point will meet the red point, then they will completely cross each other. So now let me put suffix, not suffix, I don't know what it is called. Let's say x1 x01 plus v1 t1. So this will be x1 vt1, this will be x2 t2, this is v2. So I have just changed the subscript. Yes, it is called subscript. Yeah. So now x1 should be equal to x2, because they need to meet. So this will be v times t1. T1, let's say t1 is equal to t, because the time will be the same at meeting point. Now solve for t. What is v1? It is v1, by the way. v1 is 60 meter per second. So this is 60 times t is equal to 700 minus 80 t. So this will get over here. This will be 140 times t divided by 700. Sorry, is equal to 700. So t becomes 70 divided by 14 seconds. Now this will be 2 and this will be 5. So this will be 5 seconds. Now let's do the next question. Two cars started their journey towards each other from towns which are 100 km apart. First car travels with a velocity 6 km per hour, another with a velocity 40 km per hour. Find out the time at which these cars meet and the distance at which they meet from one of the towns. So there are two towns. Let's say the first town is A and the another town is here at position B. And now the distance is 100 km. First car travels, let's say the car which is starting from A travels with 60 km per hour towards right, and this second car is traveling with a 40 km per hour in the opposite direction. Now I forgot to tell you one thing. In this problem, I have assumed that this is positive direction for the velocity. That's why I have changed here this sign of the velocity to negative. So I will always take the right side to be the positive one and the left side to be the negative one. So let me go to the problem. Yes. Now let me write the same equation. xa is equal to x0a plus va t whenever you come with such problems, that is, you come across such problems of meeting points, then directly you can apply this formula to the 2 points whose meeting point we have to know or we have to calculate. So this is xb, so this is x0b plus vb times t. Now what is xa? Xa is some distance that it will go at this from this position A, some distance it will go in time t. Now in this case, I have assumed that I have neglected acceleration because they obviously have to do some acceleration, or you can think that I started my clock when the car was already moving with the speed 60 km per hour at the position A, and the car B was already moving at the position 40 km per hour. So I haven't neglected the acceleration. I could have said that the acceleration is infinite because it takes split second. In split seconds, this car achieved the 60 km per hour speed, and this also. So that is one glitch over here. That is, so yeah. So this will be xa will be x0 is 0 plus va will be 60 times t. So xb will be 100 because this initial position for point B is 100 km minus 40 because this velocity is in the opposite direction times t. So now xa must be equal to xb to calculate the meeting position. So this is equal to, so this is xa equal to xb. So this is 60t is equal to 100 minus 40t. So this goes over here. So this is 100t is equal to 100. So t is equal to 1 hour. So they meet at time 1 hour, and we have to know the distance at which they meet from one of the towns. So let's say we calculate the distance from A. So we know xa to be x, and this will be at time t equal to 1 hour. This will be, so Va is what? Va is 60 at time 1 hour. So this is kilometer per hour. So this gets cancelled. So this is 60. So from 60 kilometer from town A, these two cars meet and at a time 1 hour. So in previous problem, we had to calculate the time, so which we have calculated. Yes. Let me check. Yes. Only the distances were needed in the previous problems. So I was confused if there were more things to calculate. Yes. A police van moving with the 60 meter per second is chasing a thief whose motorcycle has a constant speed of 40 meter per second. The thief takes a turn at one corner and police van approaches 10 seconds after the thief has taken the turn. How far from the turning will the police catch the thief? Now you will think it is a two-dimensional problem because the police is coming like this. Let's say this is P, and the thief turned around one corner, let's say towards right, and moved here. Let's say when he turned around the corner, the police was, let's say, here at this position. This is the police position, and this is thief position when it was at corner, and then after 10 seconds it moved here, and the police came over here at this corner after 10 seconds. So let's properly do this. Let's say the initial position of the police is P, that is when t equal to 0, the police was here and the thief was here at this corner, and after 10 seconds it moved here. So now let's shift our origin and let's do it all the calculation when the police reaches this corner. So forget about this and let's say the time t equal to 0 is when the police reaches here. But the thief has already covered this much distance. And what is that distance? We know distance is speed into time. So speed of this x0, let's say this is x0. So x0 will be speed of the thief, which is 40 times 10 seconds. Because in this time, the police comes at this corner and after 10 seconds, the thief would have moved this distance x0 in 10 seconds. So this will be 400 meter. So the thief has a head start of 400 meter here. This is suppose x is equal to 0 and this is x0, which is 400 meter. So let me write these equations for police and thief. So xt is for thief. So let's say this is x0t plus v0t times this time t. This is t dash suppose. And for police again, this is x0p plus v, not v0t, it is vt suppose. This is vp times t dash. Now xt is equal to x0t. x0t is the position 400 meters. So this is 400 plus vt times t dash. Now vt is what? Vt is the velocity of thief, which is 40 meter per second. So 40 times t dash. And xp is equal to x0p is 0 because the police is at the origin at t equal to 0 plus 60 times t dash. Now equate these two because meeting point is to be known. So the xp is equal to xt. So this is equal to x. So 400 plus 40 times t dash is equal to 60 times t dash. So this is 20 t dash, which is 400. So this 0 gets cancelled. So this is 20 seconds. So t dash is equal to 20 seconds. Now, but we have to know the distance at which these two meet. So how far from the turning? So at t dash, what will be the x? So x will be at t dash, x, p and xt are equal. So we can calculate one of these. xp will be easier to calculate. So at t dash to equal to 20 seconds. So this is 60 into 20. That is 1200 meter. So at 1200 meter from the origin, these two police will catch the thief. So let's do the next one. A person walks from point A to point B in time t1 on a stationary belt. If the belt is moving and she is stationary, it will take time t2. Yes, and what is the time taken if she walks on the belt? Okay. So now first case is when the belt is stationary. So let's say this is belt and she is stationary over here. Sorry, or not, she is not stationary. The belt is moving and the woman is moving and the belt is stationary and she will go from here to here. So it will take time t1. So let's say the distance between this point A and B is d. So this will be the speed of the person will be v1 is equal to distance divided by t1. This is the speed of the person if the belt is stationary. Now if the belt is moving and she is stationary and belt is doing the motion, the distance will be the same because she has to reach the same point. Now what will be v2? V2 is the velocity of the belt, or rather the magnitude will be d divided by t2. Now they have asked what is the time taken if she walks on the belt, on the moving belt to be precise. So on moving belt, if she walks, this is distance d, and belt is in motion and she is also in motion. So the total velocity will be v1 plus v2, the total speed. That is, the time taken t dash will be v1 plus v2, the distance d divided by v1 plus v2. v1 is the speed of the girl and v2 is the speed of the belt. Now what is d in terms of v2 t2 and v1 t1? So v1 plus v2 can be written as, the v1 plus v2 can be written as d upon t1 plus d upon t2. So this d gets cancelled. So this becomes 1 upon t2 plus t1 divided by t1 into t2. So this goes up. So this is the time. So this is the time that she will take if she walk on the moving belt. So put here, she walks on the moving belt. Two cars are moving with a constant velocity 40 meter per second. Okay, so there is this road and there are two cars. Which are moving, let's say this is car A, which are moving with 40 meter per second in the same direction. So let's say they are moving in the right. The separation between these cars is 2 km. Now since the magnitude of the velocity is same, the distance won't change. The distance between these 2 points A and B, it won't change. So it will remain 2 km. Now if a cyclist coming from the opposite side meets these two cars in an interval of 40 seconds. So what does that mean? He meets this car B first and after 40 seconds he meets this car A. But he is not stationary, he is moving with certain speed. And that speed we have to calculate. So let's do this. Let's say at this point, suppose the cyclist meet the car B at this point. From this point we will start our measurement, that is t equal to 0 at this point. And the car A will be 2 km behind this car B. So let me write XA is equal to let me write this for thief. So not thief, sorry, I was in the last problem only. So a cyclist. So let's say XC is the cyclist position and at time t equal to 0 he was here. So this is x0c minus vc times t. This is the origin of time. So now x0c will be 2 km minus vc. Vc I have put negative sign because it is moving in the opposite direction, the cycle. Now when this cyclist, that is, let's say there is this cyclist with the green color cycle. When this cyclist meets this point A or the car A, then we will stop our time measurement. And when we will start our time measurement? When the cyclist meet this car B. Now I have to solve for these two, that is XA and XC. So what is XA then? Let me use different color, the black one. Let's say this is XA is equal to X0A plus Vt. Vt is, we know that V is what, 40 meter per second. Let's say time t. At time t they will meet, suppose, and this is the 0. What is XA? XA is some X, suppose. Sorry, XA, let's say it is X at time, sometime it will come to be X, XA and XC. So now we have to know VC. But they meet in the interval of 40 seconds. So you get this, that is the time when you start, when the cyclist meets this car B is t equal to 0, and when the cyclist meets the car A, the 40 seconds have passed. That is nothing but this interval, which is 40 seconds. So let me equate these to X, and this will be also X because XA and XC will be meeting. So this will be 40 times t is equal to 2000, because 2 kilometer is to 1000, so into 2, minus VC. VC is what? VC we have to calculate into t. Now t is 40 seconds. So this will be 40. This will be 40. Now this is 1600 is 2000 minus 40 times VC. So this goes over here. So 40 VC is equal to 2000 minus 1600, which is 400. So VC then becomes 400 divided by 40 meter per second, which is 10 meter per second. So this is the speed of the cyclist.